So today I will be upgrading the head unit of our 2006 Buick Lucerne CXS from this one to this one. Here are the things that we need for this project: a ATOTO A6 Pro head unit, GM harness, mounting bracket, electrical tape, heat shrink tubes and heat gun, pry tool and wire stripper, soldering iron and wire. Now that we have all the parts, let's get started. So first off, I'm showing you here the harness that came with the Android head unit. We will be connecting these wires to the GM harness specific for our vehicle. For my vehicle, I bought the PAC RP5-GM31. That is what's suggested for my vehicle. You can buy other brand, but I went with this. This harness came with this chart that I'm going to show you in a bit. So every time you will connect the wires together, make sure you refer to this chart. Say for example yellow refers to the 12 volt, you're gonna have to match that to the wire that came with the ATOTO head unit. Okay, so we're gonna have to remove first the steering wheel control wire. We don't need this yet. We're going to be connecting it later on. We'll just keep these, we'll just put this wire on the side, and then I'll show you where to connect this in this video so you can get your steering wheel control working. Basically this one is just a chime. It will replace the factory chime on your vehicle. I'll show you that as well in a bit. So on that note, let's put this back and let's connect the wires together. Okay, so what I'll do next is I'll start stripping the wires from the GM harness so that we can start connecting them to the wire harness that came with the ATOTO head unit. I'm not going to go through that whole process. I'm going to forward the video so you don't have to watch all that, and then I'll see you on the next step. We're done stripping the wires. I actually made a mistake here. I should have cut the heat shrink tubes first and then inserted it in the insert the wires in the shrink tube, so it'll be easier. So trust me, when you're doing this process, make sure you insert the if you're using the heat shrink tube, make sure you insert it first, insert the wire first before stripping them, because that'll make your life a little easier. So don't do what I did here. Strip the wires first and then inserting the heat shrink tubes. Okay, so I'm gonna forward this video again and then I'll see you again on the next step. Okay, so the last heat shrink tube is in. We're gonna start connecting these two wires together. Just note that you don't necessarily need to use heat shrink tubes. You can use electrical tape. I just find it easier to secure the wire using heat shrink tubes, especially in this type of project. So what we're gonna do as well is, while we connect these two wires, make sure you always refer to the chart that came with both harness. Essentially what you're doing here is you're just gonna match what wires connect to which wires. Some of these we're not gonna be using. We're just gonna secure them so that they don't short out. So on that note, we're gonna start the process and I'll see you guys again on the next step. Okay, so here's another piece of the puzzle. Another harness that we need to connect to the wires that we were soldering earlier. basically we're gonna use these yellow and black wire to connect to both yellow and black wires of both harness earlier. You're not gonna connect yellow and black, you're just gonna connect yellow to yellow and then black to black. Make sure you do that. Okay, so we're almost done connecting the pieces together. I'm just gonna show you something quickly. These two cables here, these will connect to the wire from the factory from our car. These three will go to the interface, and this one will go to the back of the ATOTO head unit. I'm going to show you the interface in a bit, and just some notes and tips that you need to remember. So this part here, it says that you need to turn the switch prior to connecting the harness to this port. So this is the switch that I'm referring to. Now if you go back to the chart, you'll see what type of head unit do you have. Now I don't have head unit here listed, of course, so I selected other. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna turn that knob, or whatever you want to call it, that switch, to number 7, and then I'm gonna start connecting the harness to the interface. So at this stage, there are 2 ports here. If your car is amplified, you connect your harness to the correct port. Mine's amplified, so I'm going to be connecting it through here. I have the Harman Kardon sound system. So the rest of the wires we're just going to start connecting. So this is the one that I was referring to. But before you connect this, like I mentioned, you need to turn that switch, otherwise it will not work. So keep that in mind. Make sure you remember doing that prior to connecting this harness to the interface. Okay, so we're almost done. We have this XM audio. I don't think I really need this one, but I'll connect it anyway. I just don't want to cut it, so might as well put it there. Now we're gonna connect the this harness. This will go to the radio connection. So you can see here, we'll just plug that in, and as soon as you hear the click, then we're good to go. Make sure you just, it's not too loose or anything. You can't go wrong in this one. You won't make a mistake on this one. It only goes one way for all the ports anyway. So now we're almost done. I think I'm gonna have to show you one more thing. Okay, so here's our steering wheel control cable. There's a blue and yellow cable, and then a 3.5 millimeter jack. We don't need, for at least for our vehicle, we don't need this 3.5 millimeter jack. What we need is the blue and yellow wire to be connected to the steering wheel key number. As you can see here, it's the black and brown wire. That's all you need to do, and your steering wheel control, you will retain the steering wheel control functionality. Now this will work 100% on a Buick Lucerne. It may work on other GM vehicles, I'm not sure, but for those of you guys who has Buick Lucerne, this is the connection that you need to retain your steering wheel control. Okay, so here's how the entire thing looks like. I tried to put them all together so it doesn't look too cluttered. Here, these two connections here, and this will connect to your factory connection from your car. This is the chime. It will replace your factory chime. You can adjust the volume of this one via this switch over here. And these are my connection for my camera. This will go to the head unit together with the harness. The harness here, right here. Also, this one, I will run this all the way to the back of my vehicle to be connected to the backup camera. Now that we have all the parts together, all the pieces of the puzzle together, let's get in the car and face the moment of truth. Okay, now we're in the vehicle. We're gonna start removing the plastic panel. I am using flat screwdriver and the cloth so I don't scratch the plastic surface. You don't want that, it'll look bad. So once we have the plastic trim out, we can just basically use the pry tool to slide all around to remove this entire plastic trim. I think there's about 8. I'm going to show you in a bit. There's 8 clips in total. It's pretty easy to remove. Just be careful not to scratch this thing. So there are a total of 7 screws to be removed, 4 for the stereo and 3 for the climate control. First, we're gonna have to remove the climate control, because if you don't do that, you won't be able to remove the radio. So unfortunately, we have to do this step. Take out the climate control first, and then take out the radio after. Okay, now that we have the radio and the climate control out, we're going to connect this Android Auto head unit to our vehicle. If it powers up, then the mission is a success. Alright, mission accomplished. So the head unit fires up. It takes a bit of time though for initial boot up. I noticed it takes about 30 to 40 seconds. It's no big deal because the next time you start your car or turn the ignition on, the head unit will just come right on. So no worries about this initial boot up. So once it's done, I'm going to show you how to program the steering wheel control. Right now, if you go to the settings, go to default settings, and then steering wheel program. Don't do what I did here. I started clicking things and then trying to configure everything. The first thing you have to do is actually press reset button from your head unit. Once that's done, press the button that you need to program. It will blink, and then as you can see there, it flash, and then once you click the button, it recognizes the button that you press from your steering wheel, and then it changes from flashing to, I guess, not flashing. But notice that it adds like a mark on the top right of the icon for that function. If you see that, that means you are good to go. Your connection is good. Your head unit and the harness are working fine together. The signal is being sent and received on both ends. So that's about it. So once you know that your unit is fully functional, you can put it all back together. Make sure you connect your GPS, your Wi-Fi antenna, your radio antenna, and your dash cam if you have one, or your reverse camera to the back of the head unit, and you should be good to go. So if you find this video helpful and informative, please like, or if you have any questions, please comment below. I'll try my best to answer that or any questions that you might have. Until next time, folks. Cheers.